Hi, my name is Neill, and along with my business partner, Dr. Alexander Lehner, I am the co-founder of the not-for-profit social enterprise, the BERG F. BERG F is looking to channel your funds into research dedicated to tackling the problems of chronic diseases. Key to the BERG F's funding of independent research, and I think particularly relevant to those potential sponsors who are currently suppliers into the NHS, a key part of the research, the independent research that the BERG F is looking to fund is really targeted towards reducing the cost burden on our communities, and by doing this, having a positive impact on some of the targets towards the NHS. So we know there's a big push within the NHS to free up beds so we can speed up the process through things like A&E. But how important is it to the message if we can not only free up beds for people that are already sick, but if we can prevent people from getting ill in the first place? So we can stop people getting into the beds for chronic preventable diseases. And that then reduces the burden on the NHS, which allows the NHS to then focus on those people that need treatment for acute symptoms and potentially people far later in life. So we start looking at the treatment of chronic diseases when people are 80, 85 plus, rather than when they're 60 plus. So there is a drive towards reducing the impact of chronic diseases by increasing health span. Unfortunately, the problem that we have today is that the vast majority of funding that goes into the research required to do this is channeled towards trying to find a drug target. In other words, the vast majority of funders are looking for some sort of a return on their investment, and therefore they're funding research with the end goal of that research being the manufacture and marketing of a solution, of a drug or a product that can be sold to improve health span. Rather than channeling that research into looking at how do we prevent, delay, and treat in terms of returning to health these chronic diseases. The BERG F therefore has a simple goal. We have a simple mission. The mission of the BERG F is to channel your social impact funds, your research sponsorship towards us, to developing the independent science and scientists who will look to optimize health in our society through the understanding of prevention and the treatment that returns us to full health, rather than for temporary solutions that are designed to mask symptoms. So, if you were to ask me the question, why should I invest my company's social impact funds into sponsoring the BERG F? The answer isn't just because the BERG F is going to look to produce research that can fundamentally change the way we look at health and health prevention or disease prevention in our communities, but because ultimately the research derived from the BERG F can be used to tackle the chronic diseases that are going to impact you and your family at some point. We know that you and your family at some point are going to be negatively impacted by chronic diseases. And wouldn't you like to know that your social impact funding has gone some way to looking at how we can prevent that and how we can help with the treatment of those chronic diseases? We thank you for your interest.